hello again. Marty Janeski here along with Ken Montroy. And today we have a special guest, Jay Terrence, the coach of the varsity girls softball team in Wyandotte here. And we are your hosts today for your local sports wrap-up. Today is Saturday the 13th. So when we talk about dates and this show runs all week, you'll know that we filmed it on Saturday the 13th. Ken, how you doing this week?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. I was talking to Gene Stevens, or texting. Does that count as talking anymore?
That sounds constant talking, sure.
And found out about this girls' soccer team. The girls beat Lincoln Park on the road 2-0. They gave a shutout. That girl, he was talking last week, that girl, the goalie, is pretty tough.
It's Corby. That was, by the way, Jay, this is Jay Terrence. He also coached Corby in basketball, correct?
Correct, yep.
Really?
Multi-talented coach here.
Very good athlete.
Wow. Well, apparently, because she got a shutout. Wednesday, they lost to Trenton on the road. They were on the road all 3 games this week. They lost 3-0.
And Gene did say that Trenton and Woodhaven would be their toughest competition.
That is correct. That is correct. But they rebounded quite well on Friday to beat John Glenn 1-0. That goalie got another shutout. Tough.
It's a team. It's a team effort.
Oh, it is.
Shutouts are a team effort.
It is. No shots on goal?
Well, there are probably a couple. It all depends.
All right. Well, good.
Well, Jay, we really appreciate you joining us this week. Let's start out with your overall consensus on how your girls are doing so far. It's all exhibition mostly. Season started. Everybody got back from break, and season started. How you see things rolling out here?
It's early. We're 1-1 right now with 2 league games. Beat Taylor on Wednesday, 7-1. Played well considering the weather conditions, but and then we bounced back the next day. Lost to Woodhaven, who is probably going to be right up there in the top the whole year. Woodhaven, and we lost to them 9-3 at home. But all in all, we got a lot of experience, so we expect to, compete right up there and be part of that upper league in the top.
That works. I would like to see, the process of coaching. You've coached a long time.
Yes.
Since your kids growing up. I did the same thing. We talked about something last week, and we're trying to get this to start through the school. And then bus rides to all these games.
Yeah.
Feeding the kids. Me and Ken feed our bowlers. Started out with pizzas. They got tired of that after a couple of weeks. Is there a way? Do you have any? I believe, he believes, if they're more nourished when they get there, your competition, you're better off. Now, a lot of times they're eating potato chips and stuff.
Right.
How can we implement that? Let's start with that. Maybe we could get somehow, you're always involved with the school, you coach a lot. We need to implement a food regimen for those bus rides.
Well,
parents, maybe?
I could tell you
What
this.
you did?
I could tell you this is during basketball season, it's a little bit of a later start for games. They usually start at 5:30. So that being said, we always do a meal before games at home and on the road. So we'll eat at like 4:30, have subs before we get on the bus. And for basketball, softball's a little different. Games start at 4. So basically the kids are getting out of school at 2:50 and going right to the field. So it's almost impossible. You got to hope that they do the right thing during lunch or make something for their travel to the game themselves, because it's really hard to do it for softball starting at 4. But it's very important that they eat right. They got to have something. When we do tournaments, we always make sure that we get parents together and they always bring food for the kids and stuff like that, so they're eating there. But yeah, it'd be nice to come up with something to have them on for the bus ride to games.
I've heard the football team does a nice dinner before they play late at night too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Larger budget.
Yes, larger budget. This is true.
Well, you said do the right thing. That phrase kills me because it's so difficult to get these kids to do the right things, to stay focused. There's so many things now, as opposed to when we grew up, that these kids are exposed to that they don't have time for the right thing unless it's pushed on them.
Yep.
And they eat lunch at 11. That's hours and hours. And the nutrition thing, and trust me, I'm no nutritionalist, but they do need to get something in there. And we were talking like have a parent make peanut butter sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly, throw them around on the bus. I remember bringing pizzas, when I would come to softball games. My kid would be texting me going, "We're hungry," and you got to love the $5 pizza. I mean, and then they'd gobble them up. So to get on that thing. So, how deep is your pitching staff? I know a couple of years ago you had a nice Studley pitcher there. How are we doing?
We got a 3-year starting pitcher.
Dudley, is this girl?
She threw the ball great.
She's a senior, Sydney Shelton. She's our ace. She's our going to get majority of the games. Then we got our number 2 is Allie Sharba, who's also a senior. She's been giving us some pretty good innings as of late. So it's always nice to have that. And then we have a freshman that's kind of going up and down, playing JV and varsity, Maddie Duncan. So she's a freshman. So we're 3 deep. We're obviously we ride Sydney Shelton a lot, and but Ellie does a nice job coming in and giving us great innings. So,
well, you have the weekend tournaments. You play 5 games in a day.
Yep.
So
you got to have 3.
Got to have a couple arms going there.
Yep.
How many seniors in the starting lineup?
We have. So I'll go over our roster with senior Skyly Chavez, senior Lizzie Lyons, senior Julia Dudas, senior Allie Sharba, senior Amber Buzzle, junior Isabel Harrell, and freshman Maddie Duncan. And then our starters are leading off for us pitching is Sydney Shelton, batting second Madi Gonzalez, senior left fielder. Batting third is Lauren Frantangelo, starting third baseman. Catching, 4-year player Jordan Terrence, starting at catch and batting fourth. Tana Porter starting at second base, senior. Nadia Caldwell, senior shortstop. Katrina Caldwell, freshman center fielder. Hannah Exner is a junior first baseman. And Kylie Clay bats ninth and is a senior right fielder. So, as you see there's a lot of seniors. We have 12 seniors.
Nice.
Yes.
But then next year we got to reload.
Yes, that's correct. But we got a couple freshmen in there, and our JV team is pretty well off too. So I think we'll be fine in the future.
You mentioned a girl, Sydney Sheldon.
Shelton, yep.
Shelton. How many innings do they get to pitch a week, and who keeps track of that? I know you do, but besides you,
Well, softball's a whole lot different than baseball. In softball, you unlimited.
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 Is
innings.
fast pitch?
Yep.
Yes.
Because,
Underarm.
Yep. It's an underarm motion, so that it doesn't affect anything. So you can pitch unlimited amount of innings.
Actually, I coached fast pitch,
Uh-huh.
and the girls were 13 to 15. I didn't know how to do that other than the fact that you'd go like this. So I got someone that got a scholarship to a college, and they come in and did it. Showed me before practice, then showed my kids for the practice. Unlimited. That is just really wild to me.
Yeah.
It is really, so you could use her as much as you want. So you don't really need a closer.
Nope.
Well, if it goes bad, it starts to go
Unless
bad.
we can get one out of the bullpen.
Well,
And there's another example of a coach coaching that knows nothing about the sport.
now when I pitch in practice, now I can't pitch for another 3 days. I need to rest.
Oh, I got that.
So,
I got that. Interesting. So, how many wins does she have? Well, it's early in the season, correct?
It's 1-1 right now. Last year, we play so many. There's 36 games usually. So I'll have those stats. So you know what? I'll get stats on that and bring them.
What were the scores of the games?
We won 7-1 versus Taylor on Wednesday, and we lost 9-3 to Woodhaven on Thursday. So
And Woodhaven will they're a perennial power.
yes,
And obviously the pitcher is pitching on a club team, travel team of some
Right.
sort. And
Yep.
she's worked her whole life to be the pitcher that she is.
Yep.
I mean, and the other thing, the feeder system you have with the JV, with the 9th grade, with the 8th grade at Wilson, with the 7th grade at Wilson, that feeder system alone will keep them stocked. You
Yeah.
know, we run into a problem with bowling because there's no middle school bowling.
Yeah.
And we have to get the kids. But I would take any athlete, turn them into any non-athlete, and turn them into a bowler.
Yeah.
Just,
We're one of the only softball schools around still that have a 9th grade softball team. So, and we have 15 girls at every level. So
Wow, that's
it's
fantastic.
and 8th, 7th, and 8th grade also have 15. So, and so it says a lot. Like our freshman team plays a whole JV schedule because there's no freshman teams. So it says a lot about that too. Tommy does a nice job scheduling games. So it's nice to have.
yeah, because that is one thing I did learn as my daughter grew up through the system. At the 9th graders, the schools in the downriver area, they don't have the bodies for that, and they played a lot of JV teams. They would go after smaller school JV teams so
Correct.
they could compete, as opposed to going against the Trenton Woodhavens,
Right.
Allen Parks JVs that would slap a 9th grade team around a little
Right.
bit.
Right.
How about home runs? Are home runs rare? And do they have to
I'll
be
say no.
Do they have to be a gap shot?
No, there's a lot of home runs. Woodhaven hit, I think, 3 versus us actually on Thursday.
Is there a fence?
Yep.
How's the new field?
Oh, the new field's fantastic.
I haven't been over there yet.
It looks great. They're still doing some little things here and there, tweaking some things, making our dugouts bigger that they're going to have done by next week. But yeah, they did a nice job. I mean, it's
What's the fence there?
200.
200 like the over
Yep,
at FOP?
Yep.
Yeah, I liked FOP. It was right down the street from my house. I could run over there and
Yeah.
watch the games.
How about double plays?
Double plays, those are rare, but I mean, it happens.
How about stolen bases?
Rare.
Rare.
Yep.
Okay, so just like they're off with the pitch, boom.
Yep.
Okay, 'cause I know it's a very fast sport. I watch college, and it's very fast. I don't get a chance to see high school too much, but
I would say stealing's rare at the upper levels. More so the lower levels, it's nothing but stealing in softball. But at the higher levels, you got to be. I mean, catchers are usually pretty good.
so the pass balls. That's
Pass balls is about it. Yes.
Right,
You know, if it just bounces in front, that's the
Right.
only
Yep.
that's the edge they need. You
Yep.
know, but it's a bang bang. Yeah, it's
Deal.
a bang bang process because it's you take off, a girl's flying and the girl's throwing. She's coming up throwing, and shortstop's running over there to cover.
Yep.
And
How many umpires are they allotted? Two.
Two.
Behind the
finest
plate?
stumps downriver too.
That's
huh?
right.
Finest stumps downriver.
We'll just smile.
Yes, we have discussed that many days after games about the
The
quality.
great officiating.
They,
yeah.
they try. I mean,
Yep.
what are you going to do? And they're always looking for officials. Michigan officials are still around. They don't. They used to train them back in the day. Young Marty, before he had kids, he umped all the time. I umped all the time. I did 13 years of umping. I would have been. I'll say I was on my way, but then family came along,
Yep.
and that changes things. And I went on afternoons, and there was no more umping.
I umpired for a while. I always wanted to say, like my father said to me, "You're out of here."
Were you about 12 when he kicked you out of the house?
He started at 12. He wanted to make sure I was ready at 18.
There you go. How many games? What do you play in a week? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday. How does that work?
Well, it's supposed to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we practice Tuesday, Friday. But that never stays consistent because of weather. So next week it's supposed to rain 5 days. So who knows what's going to happen next week? Then we'll have to cram games in all the following week. So it's so hit and miss. But yeah, our regular schedule is Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
So they keep Tuesday, Friday open
For
all of downriver
makeup.
for the makeup
So I
days.
assume that you don't do double headers.
Well, no, not to start, but like I said, we probably will. If with rainouts, they might have to be forced to do doubleheaders.
Well, with that being said, what does that do for your pitching?
Well, definitely a challenge. Like I
Challenge to who?
said, for us as a coaching staff too, especially. But I mean, the girl can go 2 games in a row. She can go back to
Really?
back. Yeah.
And you know it's less of a strain. The underhand motion is less of a
Yes.
strain on the.
Well, we
the
bowl
arm.
a lot.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I could bowl all day. Well, young Marty could bowl all day. This guy now, hey, get him out of there.
Well, I guess it is true that it is less of a strain, but psychologically, if she's getting battered in the first game,
Yeah.
are you more skeptical of not putting her in the second game, or is it dependent upon the opponent?
Yep, that's where you got to trust your second pitcher. So, and we do.
How many
Like I
starters
said,
do you have?
we have Sydney Shelton, who's the starter, and then Allie Sharper's our number 2 pitcher, we call
Do you have like a middle reliever, like it's not your day there, young?
him. Nope.
That's when Sharba would go.
Yep, that's when
Oh, okay.
we'd call on Allie to go in and do it. And a lot of times you'll start your starter, and then in the 5th, 6th inning, whether she's rolling or not, your number 1, give them a different look. So they've been through the lineup a couple times, so you'll throw Allie in there just to give them a different look for an inning or two. And then you can always go back to Sydney in the last inning.
Oh, I was going to bring
So,
that up.
yep.
So you can go back to your pitcher.
Yep.
Nice.
Gotta love the re-entry rule.
Yeah, exactly.
Because and that wasn't always around. It came upon because if you played your 9th person and you were all done, or your only sub you had, and then someone got hurt,
Correct.
so that rule came around a couple decades ago, I'm gonna say, but